Woodworking has always been a great passion of mine. In fact, one day I hope to own a shop that is successful enough that it can support my family and I. Now, when first learning woodworking, you have to learn basic techniques and grow upon them. One of the first techniques that you can learn is how to build a box. And though there are many different ways of building a box, one of the very basic techniques is a rabbet joint. Now, I learned this technique from a gentleman named Steve Ramsey, who runs the YouTube channel Woodworking for Mere Mortals. The rabbet joint itself goes all the way back in time to the early 12th century and refers to a recess in a wall. Though it was mainly used as an architectural term, nowadays it is used as a woodworking term and still carries some of the same meaning. The project I'm working on right now is the lid to a jewelry box. Now, as you can see, the rabbet joints are a recess that has been cut out in the ends of the wood. Now, for my box, there are 5 main components. There are 2 longer pieces that have the rabbet joints cut out on the end, 2 side pieces that do not have rabbet joints cut out, and then a thin piece of plywood that I'm going to be using as the lid. Now, these rabbets are cut out to be the exact width as the side pieces. So when these pieces come together, it creates a nice 90-degree angle and has a nice sturdy structure. Now, when gluing this up, it is best to lay these pieces out flat on the back side, like so. Then we can take our wood glue and run a thin bead of glue along the rabbet joints themselves. Then we can stand them up and join them to the mating side. Now, when making rabbet joints, it is essential to have the box square, or in other words, every corner needs to be exactly 90 degrees. In my case, I have cut this piece of plywood to have perfect 90-degree angles on the edges, and I have also cut another rabbet inside, as you can see, that will perfectly recess this piece of plywood. And I will use that to keep this box square. So to attach the top, we will run another thin bead of wood glue along the top rabbet. Not much is needed because we will be clamping this. And then we will take our piece of plywood and stick it right in that recess. It'll look something like that. Now, it is essential at this point to have some sort of clamps or even a nail gun to keep everything solid and sturdy. The main sturdiness of this box is going to come from the wood glue, but it won't be until the wood glue dries. So we will take our clamps and put one on every side. This just ensures that the wood glue gets a nice tight bond on our pieces of wood. The best way of knowing that you have a good clamp on a project is there will be what is called squeeze out of the wood glue. And when that happens and a project is clamped tight enough, then you will have little beads of glue that come out of the seams. And once that wood glue appears that it has dried, it is easy enough to run a chisel or something there to scrape up that excess glue. Now, during that gluing process, if you decide to add nails, it just adds extra strength to that piece. Now, once everything is all dried and put together, it'll look something like this. This is the base to the jewelry box that I'm making. And as you can see, there are rabbet joints right here as well. And it makes everything, it has a nice look and it makes everything nice and sturdy. Now, like I said, this can be used for many different things, but in my case, I'm using this as a good Mother's Day gift.